back. So today we are going to discuss, how the motorcycle companies, they are tricking the customers, okay, or when they try to fool the customer, okay. So first one in the list is actually my own motorcycle brand, that is the Royal Enfield, okay. So what customers don't like, is that they are providing spoke wheels in many of their models, and there is no option for an alloy wheels, okay. There is only option for alloy wheels in few of the models, few of the classic models, okay, like the one Stealth Black that you saw just now, okay, going. So it should be up to the customer whether they want a spoke or an alloy, because in this age, you see a road like this, if a spoke wheel, the tube one tire gets a puncture, it becomes very difficult to go till that point, and RSA will take a lot of time. So what I'm saying is, the tubeless tires, right, at least they can travel to some distance even in a puncture. So that's about it. Royal Enfield should actually give option for alloy wheels also, the tubeless tires also in all their models, okay. Customer, if they want, they can choose between a spoke and an alloy, okay. Now the second brand that fooled the customers is Bajaj, okay. And what Bajaj they do, I mentioned in my previous post also, before the launch of Pulsar 220, they used to sell some 30-35 test mules to general public and make the bakra, okay. And if the issues were found, then they will improve their product and then they relaunch. So that's how they were doing earlier. Now they have stopped, okay, when customers came to know, okay. That is the second brand, okay. The third brand is Honda, okay. So you see, when they launched the CBRS, okay, and it is not me saying, okay, it is some prominent YouTubers also said that. So when you have the Highness, okay, which is around 2 lakh, 2 point something ex showroom, and then when you launch the RS with less metal parts, okay, with more plastic parts, reduction in the components, component in the sense the body panels and all, okay, you are reducing metal with plastic, then how you are pricing it above the Highness, okay. So this was a strategy, to say that we have developed a more sportier bike, you got to pay more. No, the customers are not that fool, okay. So you can see sales are very less now, okay. So what Royal Enfield did on the contrary is, when they launched the Hunter, when they reduced the metal parts, they reduced everything, they reduced the price also, right. So that's how it should be, okay. Now Honda also priced their other models very high, okay, like the CB300R, even those are locally assembled here, manufactured here, still they wanted to get that premium, in which I have also replied on their Facebook post that you need to reduce the price, otherwise how will you survive. So finally they have reduced the price of CB300X, which is 1.7 ex showroom, CB300R is 2.4 ex showroom, but the damage is done. I mean, those have not gone into the market, their sales lag at around 300 units per month. Sooner they will be taken out of the market also, okay. So that is the second thing which Honda did to fool the customers, okay. The third, the other brand which tried to do a similar thing is Java, okay. So what Java did, okay, so Java priced their offerings similar to Royal Enfield, okay, without matching the fit and finish levels, without matching the quality levels. Even, in fact, I know a person who has taken a Java 42 and he had engine problems throughout. So that's how they fool. So they are giving you a product just by writing classic everywhere, but it is not worth the value, okay. So they are also tricking the customer, just in the name of classic motorcycle or retro motorcycle. They just wanted to extract mint money without giving customers proper quality stuff, which now they have corrected, okay. Now they are trying to amend it, because they know that customer feedback is very important, okay. You cannot lose the trust of customers anytime. So now they are organizing camps to fix the issues that the first owners, the first owners are the people who trust your brand. Okay, they are the ones who take the bet. They put their hard-earned money on your brand to see, to experience. And if you are, and if they are not getting the value, they are feeling tricked. You know, it will not go a long way, because word of mouth is very important in India. So now they are organizing camps to fix the issues that the first gen owners they were facing. Okay, they will, I think, fix those issues like, you know, rusting of chrome pads. Even I saw the rusting on the mudguards of the Java. Okay, so they will fix all those issues, any engine issues and everything, free of cost, it seems. Okay, or at a minimal cost. So that Shumi has confirmed. Okay, when he went to the launch of Java 350. Okay, now the fourth thing is the number game. Okay, so now see why Java has named their latest offering as 350. Okay, it is not a 350, it's a 334cc engine, and all the previous Javas used to be 293. So what happens in India, you know, when people think that, okay, if I have to choose between a Classic and a Java, Classic is giving me 350cc for the same money, and the other brand is just giving me 293cc, why will I buy that? So in order to break that mentality, okay, they are trying to match, they are trying to make the engines as close to 350 as possible. They tried and tested 334cc, and also they are naming it as a 350. Okay, so that's how about it. These were my observations. Even Bajaj did the same. Okay, and now the Bajaj, okay, coming to back to Bajaj. So Bajaj is tricking their partners also. You know how? So they, because KTM has their interest, they want to manufacture small bikes in India due to cost advantage. Now Bajaj, what they do, okay, they copy that engine. Okay, they will just use their technology. They develop their own Pulsar range of NS, okay, which is selling well. Now if you are giving me a 250cc, a very similar looking motorcycle, okay, leave the trellis frame. The Pulsar doesn't have a trellis frame, KTM has, and the high tech, okay, the basic engine and the power and all, you know, power might be a little bit lesser than KTM, quality might be a little bit less than KTM, but not unacceptable quality. They have a very good quality. Bajaj has managed to give a very good quality stuff. So this is how they are tricking their partners. Okay, so that's why people buy more of NS rather than the KTM brand. Okay, so that is one more observation that I saw. Okay, yeah, that's all about it. If there is anything more, I will let you guys know. Thank you so much.